Hi and good morning and welcome to this quick test on Sriracha hot sauce. So this Sriracha hot sauce is from Flying Goose. I'll just give a few slides, but as you can see, I've got the hardware in front of me, so I'm going to do a quick demonstration in a minute, so just hang on for that. With that said, let me just go forward. When I say the hardware, I mean the Food Sense Generation 4. So the Sriracha Flying Goose sauce. Now, what I've done this morning is I've pipetted 100 microliters of the sauce. Now, so 100 microliters. Now, I was quite surprised because the sauce is actually what we would describe as quite viscous. It's not exactly flowing. It's sort of it's very thick. But I did actually manage to pipette it up. But I would say to get the most accurate results, or probably most repeatable results, you're better off weighing it. But I pipetted 100 microliters, which I would say, though, if I was really going to develop an assay for this particular one, I may actually weigh out 100 milligrams. But as it is, I managed to pipette 100 micrograms. I put the pipette tip. I was very careful because the pipette tip is so viscous, it was sticking to the pipette tip. So I put the pipette tip in the little vial, and then I actually really made sure that when I added 400 microliters of buffer, so I added 400 microliters of buffer, then I made sure I really washed the pipette tip out, because if I leave anything on the pipette tip and it doesn't make its way plus into the buffer, then I won't be able to extract it and I'll get a wrong answer. So I was very careful to, I took the 100 microliters of the Mayo and I pipetted it into the little vial. But then I was making sure I really washed out that pipette tip with 400 microliters of buffer, so that I could really make sure because anything I leave on the pipette tip will then affect the accuracy of the result. Anyway, I did that. I got to a sample that looks like this. It's a Mayo. As I say, it's a spicy Mayo. 100 microliters plus 400 microliters of the buffer. Understand that we ship 500 milliliters of the buffer, so they would be able to do thousands of tests off that. And I vortexed this for 60 seconds. Now on the app, you'll see me do this in a minute anyway, I selected what's called the 1 in 5 dilution, because I added 100 microliters of Mayo and 400 microliters of buffer, which we call a 1 in 5 dilution. So I chose 5 there. And then I put 50 microliters onto the sensor and I ran it. So now what I'll do is I'll do a quick demo for you. So I will change cameras here. I will take out the old Chilli sensor. I will grab a new Chilli sensor. Right, so now I am putting that new Chilli sensor in like that. I'm just going to vortex the sample for some tens of seconds, because samples like this, they're very heterogeneous. I have to vortex it before I then put another sample on. So let me just vortex it for something like 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When I originally prepared this sample, I actually vortexed it for when I originally vortexed it for about 60 seconds, really, to make sure that I extracted all the capsaicin, and that I had a homogeneous as possible solution. Don't forget that a Mayo is already a complex sample. It's got a lot of ingredients in it, so vortexing really helps to homogenize it. Now I'm going to take 50 microliters of this, and I'm going to put 50 microliters onto the sensor here. Which I have done. Now I'm going to bring in the app. So I've got the app here. I'm calling this Grey Goose Mayo 2. I'm making sure that I go 1 in 5. It's really important to choose the 1 in 5. So I've chosen 1 in 5. So there's a drop down menu. I'm choosing the 1 in 5. And then I'm going to go start measurement. And then it's really it's off. So it's measuring now, and let it get to oops a daisy, it's done it already. Okay, so it's got a score of 495. So let me just, what I can do now is I just want to I need to just bring up my browser, because we have something called Chilli. So if I just go to screen 2 here, I'll stop sharing that for a second, because I just want to give me a second. I'm going to log into something called Chilli, and then Chilli is actually where all the data goes to when we're doing one of these assays. You get the result there and then on your phone like this, but all the results are also going into a cloud system called Chilli. So there you've got kind of full traceability, and you can basically gather all your data up there. So I've come into Chilli now, so I can go demo. So this is my cluster, this is my instrument, and then I will be able to I can see grey. So there it goes, Grey Goose here. So let me just load into the data and have a quick look at that. I probably don't need to double click it. Now it's loading up that data. So you have full traceability on this in terms of you can tell the time, the date, who did the data, what the actual result was, what the raw signal looked like. So I knew with the, not new, but from experience with Mayos, they can be quite, they're quite mild. You know, they sort of, these spicy Mayos don't have a lot of capsaicin in them. So I could see that the signal was actually, you've got this kind of peak 1, peak 2, and peak 3. So this is the signal for capsaicin, and you can see it's a very mild, not very intense signal. We've got a result of 495 Scoville heat units. So that's what, let's say, showed up on the phone. And I have the name of the file that I gave it. I have the date. Sorry, I have the time. I have the date. I have the operator. I have the raw signal, and I have the result as well. And so if I so wish to as well, what I can do then is I can export the report as a PDF as well. So I'll just drag that down like that, export, and that gives you a way of kind of having a sort of you've got a record anyway, because it's all saved in the cloud anyway, but it gives you something to sort of save into onto a folder or server or something like that, so you've got the traceability. You can also add a signature to that as well. So I might just go to the demo here and say, okay, so what we did is we did a 1 in 5 dilution of this Sriracha Grey Goose Mayo. Quite quick to prepare the sample, quite quick to run the test. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thanks very much.